Power is still out in a Phoenix neighborhood now, several hours after a semi-truck hits multiple power poles, knocking them down. Some homes even had to be evacuated. The neighborhood is near 35th Avenue and Dunlap, and that's where 12 News journalist Will Pitts is live. And Will, this is a strange one. You don't hear about this very often.
No, not at all. And really, the most amazing part about this entire thing is that none of these houses caught on fire because the power lines are laying down on top of them. Take a look at this house behind me over there. This is undoubtedly the one with the most damage. You've got a lot of power lines stretched across the roof, going down the side, right in the middle of that bush, took out a couple of cactuses. It took out that fence, and then it goes right across the street, right over here, over the top of that brick fence over there, and then continues on top of that house. And this is just one of 9 power poles that were taken down. The damage here stretches for about 5 blocks. We're talking power poles on top of houses, in driveways, power poles that were just straight up snapped in half, brick walls that are now on the ground. Phoenix Fire says it was a semi-truck that was coming down Butler. Witnesses told us the truck clipped a power line that was strung kind of low across the road. That line then got caught between whatever the semi was hauling, and he started pulling power poles out of the ground. One guy's wife was home when the truck went by, and the power went out.
And she was panicking. You know, it was one of those things where you're hearing, you know, booms, constant booms, and wondering what the heck's going on. So she goes out, and there's a truck just mowing down poles, you know, electricity poles. So yeah, it was pretty much chaos.
Yeah, that killed the power to about 2,000 homes at the time. SRP says they got that number down to just 34 within about an hour or two. No one was hurt in this, not the semi-driver, nobody on the ground, but those power lines were still energized, so emergency crews had to make sure no one came out of their houses while those lines were still laying down on top of them. Now, the Red Cross did come out here a little while ago to make sure everybody was okay, because 34 people without power, you've got, you know, power issues, kitchen issues, even air conditioning issues. Was about 90 degrees out here. Starts to get a little hot in these houses, but really they're talking about not being able to restore power to some of these homes until midnight, possibly even 1 in the morning. Crews have got a lot of work to do. All of this has got to be picked up, and believe me when I say that this is a 5-block problem. This is not the worst. This is the norm in 5 blocks. Those power poles just snapped everywhere. Cleanup is going to take a little while. Back to you.
So, Will, this truck caught a low-hanging line, it sounds like, didn't realize it, and just kept driving down the street, so it was like snap, 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 and that's what caused the 5 blocks worth of damage.
Yeah, exactly. It was one of those things where, you know, you're hauling a semi-truck, you don't know whether or not you've clipped something as low-hanging and really as light as a power line. So yeah, it got trapped in between some of the cargo. He keeps driving and snap, snap. Eventually he sees what happened, realizes he's towing 5 power poles, 9 power poles worth of power lines, makes a turn, and then pulls in right here to a stop, and that's kind of where everything else kicked off. And yeah, they had no way really of knowing until he started, I guess, hearing and realizing that he was dragging things behind him. About 5 blocks later, it turned off here, and that's when the cleanup starts.
Yeah, what a mess. Very lucky nobody was hurt. All right, Will Pitts, thank you.